got married early, right after graduation from high school. My husband and I fell madly in love with each other. We went to university together, but in different specialties. After graduation we got married. I inherited an apartment from my grandmother. My husband and I found a good job, we lived nice and friendly, never quarreled. That's how it went for a few years. Then we decided that it was time for us to become parents. I got pregnant and had a baby boy. Now our baby boy is 4 months old. We never ask anyone for help, we always cope by ourselves. Although it is very hard with a small child. His tummy hurts, or he just cries of unknown reasons, or is just capricious. In general, it is very hard. Although my husband helps me a lot, even at night rocking the baby. My mother-in-law lives near us. She lives with her daughter, who has a 3-year-old daughter Karina. When I was pregnant, my husband's sister often left Karinka for me. I didn't mind. Karinka is a very clever and good girl. We drew, played and read books with her. And her mother in the meantime either ran to the store, or went for a walk with her friends. Then my mother-in-law and my husband's sister just started to get impudent. They began to leave Karina more and more often and for a long time. I put up with it. But after my baby was born, it became very difficult for me to keep track of 2 small children. And my mother-in-law and sister-in-law don't care at all. They still bring the little girl to me and leave her for a long time. I have tried to explain to them that I cannot watch 2 children. They pay no attention to what I say. I also tried talking to my husband, but it didn't help. They still bring Karinka, leave her with me, and then they go off on their own. Recently my mother-in-law brought her granddaughter and said, "Natasha went to rest at the sea, and I need to go to the market. And you look after Karinka." That's when my patience snapped. My son was just sick, we hadn't slept for 2 nights. I was very tired, so I refused my mother-in-law. She took her granddaughter into another room and left. I caught up with my mother-in-law, and gave her granddaughter back to her, and I said, "The child has a mother. Let her look after her child. She can ask her mother to help. I'm a stranger to you." My mother-in-law made a terrible row. She shouted to the whole street that I was a scoundrel and so ungrateful. And that Ashinka should look for a husband. Why will she live alone all her life? She's so young and should be happy. I was at a loss for words. So my sister-in-law will look for a husband, and I'll look after her child. And if her husband will interfere with Karinka, will they give her to me forever? Let her take the child with her and look for her destiny. What's that got to do with me? Why do I have to work so hard looking after 2 children? My mother-in-law won't talk to me now. I'm the biggest enemy. And I think I did the right thing. I can't handle my own child very well, so why should I look after someone else's child? He is not an orphan, the girl has a mother and a grandmother. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law are just being impudent. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law just don't even try to understand me. I can't be torn between 2 children. Why do I have to do this?